This is it. Yep.
Today we're making deep fried beef tripe sandwiches. So what you want to do is boil it for about 30 minutes and then simmer it for about 2 to 3 hours. I ended up getting mine at right at like the 2.5 hour mark. You want to boil it so it gets nice and super tender. It's gonna make a little nasty smell in your house for the first part, but hey, it's cow stomach, so it is what it is, right? When you put that fork in there, it's gonna be nice and tender. That's how I can tell if it's done if you don't get a lot of resistance. You're gonna end up wanting to cut it up because the tripe's gonna be a little bit too big to just put in your fryer like that. So what I ended up doing was smoked paprika, some black pepper, some garlic powder snuck up in there, and then a little bit of seasoning salt. Gonna use my method of the dry flour, then hit it in the buttermilk, and then dip it back in that flour again, so I get a nice crispy coat on there. Then you want to put it in the fryer for about 6 minutes. You want to flip it at the 3 minute mark, make sure the whole thing gets done. Remember, it's already cooked. You just want to get a nice little coat on it. Here I get some pickles and onions for my sandwich. Look how that came out. Boom, wow. All right, cut it up because it's a little bit too big. Then we want Wonder Bread, Louisiana hot sauce. Want to drench that in that hot sauce. Then we use mustard packets because I don't own any mustard in this household. You hear that knife scraping across that, nice and crunchy, right? Then I do some flaming hot ruffles on the side.
Money shot. And go. That tastes amazing, man. It tastes exactly like how my childhood tripe sandwiches used to taste right back in the hometown. Super crispy, super tender. Actually, one of the best tripe sandwiches I had. And not even just because it was my own cooking, but the execution was amazing. Now, I probably won't ever make this again because it takes entirely way too long to cook. It took me like 3 hours to do this, but it's simple, but it just takes too long because you gotta boil it for too long, like you just saw, right? And if I only had like some real red hot riblets instead of like some ruffles right here, and it would have really set it off. Or like a little vest soda. Now I mean, got get carried away. But all right, see you guys next time. Thank you.